Hi, good evening. If you're watching this live in the webinar, and good day to you if you're watching this recorded version on YouTube in some other part of the day. Thank you very much for choosing to spend this part of the day with us. My name is P. Venkataraman and I am the Chief Running Evangelist of You Too Can Run. Our mission is to promote running for good health, and we do everything that is connected with the promotion of running for the good health of the citizens of our country. The public health statistics in our country are alarming, and we think that if more and more people take up running, then they will be cured from various life-threatening diseases, diabetes, hypertension, cardiac diseases, etc. And we're doing everything that we can to support running in the country. We have a marquee program which is called SOFA to 5K, and the purpose of that program is to take anybody who's sitting on a sofa, a couch potato, and make him run a 5 kilometer distance. It's a very nice, structured, easy to execute 8-week plan to get anybody out from his lethargy and make him run, give him the joy of running a 5 kilometer distance. And believe me, it is a joy. And that marquee program is supported by this book. This book is also called Sofa to 5K. What else? And this book is a very easy to understand, written in a simple style book that every runner must buy and give to his non-running friends if he wants them to start running. And non-runners can, of course, buy and give themselves the health for the rest of their lives if they want to, do that. So this book is supported by this webinar. Because we wanted this book to be very easy to understand, we necessarily cut down and made it into an easy read. But at the same time, we didn't want to deny our viewers, our readers, a lengthier explanation, a deeper explanation of each of these paragraphs or parts of the book, if they so desired. So this webinar is a necessary accomplishment to accompaniment to the book. And today's topic, we are going through this series, and we are in chapter 5, why run, and we are in the psychological reasons, and in various webinars we have covered various parts of the book, and this topic is called Primal Joy, today's topic. Okay, so basically here I explain to you what is the primal joy you get when you finish a run. So the paragraph reads, there is something primal about completing a run. Probably we connect with our inner selves from an earlier era where a sense of accomplishment was possible only with your own 2 feet. No wonder many runners like to give out a guttural whoop of contest when they cross the target distance. So this is common. Okay. Now, we come out of the society gate and expect an auto to be waiting for us, an auto, a taxi. The numerous taxi apps that we have got, let it be Uber or Meru or whatever variation you got, only make it even more easier for us to call a taxi to our doorstep, get into it, and go wherever we want to go. Very rarely do we even go to the bus station or to the train to catch the bus or the train. This is making us increasingly sedentary. Until about, I will say 40, 50, 60 years back, we were not like this. We were walking everywhere. I remember I and my father, we used to live in Area Colony. We used to walk long distances, to go to the train station, to go to the market, we would go walk. My grandparents living in the village would walk everywhere. Before we captivated animals and domesticated them and made them draw horse carriages or bullock carts or whatever, or camels or donkeys or whatever we use them, we were going everywhere walking. If the tiger attacked us or the bear attacked us or the snake entered our houses, we had no choice but to run. So we were naturally walking to the fields, to the farms, to the market, and we were running wherever we wanted to go. the only way you could go from one place to another, from your house in the village to the town, was often walking. Okay, then we domesticated animals, and then we this. So there's a very primal joy in going a certain distance. Okay, for example, I could not imagine. I myself, started running 10 years back, 12 years back, and for me, my first goal one day was, one day I was driving down a 3.5-kilometer distance from Kalina to BKC, that is the entire stretch of the BKC road in Bombay. And it is 3.5 kilometers. And I was thinking to myself, oh my God, one day my goal will be to run this 3.5-kilometer distance. And I said that no matter what, I will give everything, but I will run this 3.5-kilometer distance. And that is my target. And I think it was the year 2002 or 2003, I don't remember. Yeah, 2003. And I said, this is my New Year resolution. I'm going to run 3.5 kilometers. And that was considered fantastic. My wife said, be careful, are you sure you can do this distance? Do you have to really do this distance? I mean, can't you do lesser distance? When you want to do something like that, you know how things are. And I decided that I'll do that. And I trained and I did well. And that year I ran the dream run of the Mumbai Marathon, which was 7 kilometers. So I had kind of doubled my accomplishment in that New Year resolution. And I walked like 7 kilometer distance in the inaugural edition of the standard. Believe me, we started at VT, went down Fountain, went down Churchgate, came down Marine Drive, and came back to VT from Churchgate, the same route. And it was so exhilarating. I've written an entire blog post series called Vaseline on My Nipples, just based on the joy of preparing and accomplishing that 7 kilometer distance for the dream run of SCMM in its inaugural edition. So there is a certain joy. Uh, More recently, I train people, and when they run 1 kilometer, fully they run 1 kilometer based on the plan that is laid out in the book, they are so happy. I mean, they're so excited. I mean, they want to take everybody out for coffee. They want to take everybody out for tea. They say, Nalil Pani today will be on me, and things like this. Why does somebody get so excited about running 1 kilometer distance for the first time in his life, running the entire 1 kilometer? Because there's a certain primal joy. I mean, we connect with our own inner selves. There's a sense of accomplishment that you can do this, and you're not a couch potato which is inactivity, and you're now actually doing this, and this is your own power, not assisted with any motor car or gasoline or an animal, and you're going out there and running this distance by yourself, and that gives you so much of verve. It gives you so much of enthusiasm for the day. And then that accomplishment, I mean, today I run 21 kilometers. If you have read my history, I run half marathons every month. Still, running a half marathon is a fantastic distance. On a weekday, I get out and say I'll run 10 kilometers. It's a fantastic distance. 10 kilometers, how many people in this country run 10 kilometers regularly? Very, very, very few. Okay, so that is also a very primal joy of being able to get out, go a certain distance for 5 kilometers, come back 5 kilometers, and then just be done with 10 kilometer midweek run for me. So there is a lot of joy, and this joy comes because we are connected with our inner selves, and it is the most basic form of locomotion, other than by human beings. So this, I was I was somebody was giving me a similar analogy, and he was telling me that there are two kinds of people: those who have run a 5 kilometer distance and those who have not. And only the people who have run a 5 kilometer distance can understand the pleasure of running that 5 kilometer distance, and the people who have not run can only imagine what their pleasure must be. So my taking on that analogy, I would highly recommend you to cross the border, come to the other side, and buy this book. Start running a 5 kilometer distance in 8 weeks, very structured, easy plan, and discover that primal joy for yourself. This is a single reason why running is so addictive. Because every time you run that, there's an endorphins, and you get that kind of joy, you get that kind of satisfaction. And I know, and we are coming to the end of this topic. There are many running friends of mine. Whatever is the distance for the day, they will finish the distance and give out a loud whoop, kind of shout or whoo or ha or whatever, and raise their arms like I am raising my arms and give a shout of victory. This raising of arms is also significant because if you see people who cross the marathon or cross the 100-meter dash, or they press the tape and they win, their hands are up. Why is the hands up? Because this is an expression of joy, and their hands are up because they are presenting an image that is larger, that is bigger than themselves, and that they can do by raising the arms up and creating a larger image of themselves. So this larger image of yourself will come to you if you start running and experience the primal joy of running. So I end this with this topic, with this thing. And if there are any questions, I'll take them now. You can type them on the chat window that is to your right as you're this, and I can see them on the screen here. And if there are no questions, then we encourage you to write to us in the blog post or in the YouTube channel, and we can take it up from there. So thank you very much for being part of this webinar. Do bookmark us, and also do consider buying the book and gifting it to your non-running friends so that everybody can take up running and enjoy the primal joy of completing a certain distance. Thank you very much.